Also tonight, a man in his 60s dies and 15 others are taken to hospital after two trains crash at slow speed in mid-Wales. A man in his 60s has died and 15 others were taken to hospital after two passenger trains collided at slow speed in mid-Wales last night. Well, Hal Griffith is in Llanbrynmair for us in Powys and tell us more about what happened.
Well, Sophie, we know that the two trains collided on the track just behind me. You might be able to pick out their roofs. Their carriages conjoined in a collision head-on, travelling in opposite directions. Now, we understand that one of the trains travelling westwards from Shrewsbury failed to stop at a passing point. And so all day, the investigators have been trying to establish why that happened and whether this accident could have been avoided.
Mangled metal marks the spot where two trains met, travelling in opposite directions. Accident investigators have spent the day sorting through the debris, trying to work out how the service from Shrewsbury ended up going straight into a train heading there. They were moving at low speed, but passengers felt the full force of the impact.
Somehow my body bent the leg of a table and ripped it off its kind of bolts attached to the wall. Suddenly I was on the floor with my laptop strewn ahead of me, wondering what the hell had happened.
Between them, the trains were carrying more than 40 passengers, 15 of which had to be taken to hospital. Another lost his life.
Sadly, a man in his 60s has died following the collision. The circumstances leading to his death are currently under investigation.
So what went wrong? We know the line is a single track, and so the trains should have used a passing loop around a mile away to avoid each other. Last night that didn't happen, and the train from Shrewsbury continued until the crash. Accident investigation reports show there were signalling issues on the Cambrian track in the past.
The weather yesterday may have been a factor too. Earlier on, there were warnings about extremely slippery conditions on another part of this rail line. Trains were warned to reduce their speed.
The collision resulted in a huge emergency response. Ivan couldn't believe what he was witnessing in his village.
The whole valley was just glowing with blue lights flashing.
A worrying sight in such a normally tranquil place.
Yes, and very soon afterwards then all the helicopters landing. There was one air ambulance and two Coast Guard helicopters landed in the field.
An initial accident report is expected in days, but it may be months before we know exactly why these trains collided. Hywel Griffith, BBC News, Llanbrynmair.